Tom, congratulations, the new head of academy here at Bradford City. How happy are you to be appointed?
Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. It's a privilege to be in this position. Growing up as a Bradford fan, but also, really appreciating what we do in the academy, and it's a great place to work. I'm delighted to be able to continue to drive forward the success that we've had and lead now for the years to come.
You've been here for 5 years now. You spent the last 7 months as interim head of academy. How have you found that period so far?
Yeah, it's been incredibly enjoyable and challenging at the same time. We've had a period of staff transition. We've had the audit process that we've been through as well for the first time in over 7 years. So that's been a real challenge, but we've learned a great deal around how we can improve and continue to move forward through that process, and we're really excited around what we can achieve over the next years to come.
It's giving you effectively a 7-month head start as well, taking this role permanently. How much is that a huge boost to really hit the ground running now? Yeah,
it's been a real head start for me to get that 7 months in the role, and that's provided me with some advantages in terms of getting to know the role before I come into it permanently, but also getting to know the players and staff in a different capacity. Previously I was head of player care and psychology, where a lot of the support was for the players on the pitch and off the pitch, but it's also getting to know staff and learning how I can support them to be successful and be really achieving their roles too.
Just talk to us a little bit about your journey, how you came to the club and how you've progressed through the club to this position today.
So I started out studying sports psychology and coaching, so I joined the academy 5 years ago as a coach, adding value from a sports psychology lens on and off the pitch, and building the player care provision that we had. I then was full-time at the academy for 2 years as head of player care and psychology, and then throughout all that time I've learnt from the academy managers that we've had in Alan Nevison, Neil Matthews and Mark Liverland. I've learnt great bits from all those three people, and like I said, it's been in the last 7 months continuing the great work that's gone on, but adding little bits and pieces where we think we can grow and evolve for the future as well.
And with all that experience that you've got and all the people you've learnt from, what are you aiming to bring to the role yourself?
My aspirations is just for the academy to be successful. We've got a great team of people here that we've been building over the last 7 months. It has been a period of transition before that, and the academy's proven that it can bring local people in, provide them with opportunities, and they go on to be successful. So very much so that's what we want to continue to do. And I'm an example of that. We've got Alan Nevison and Ryan Farrell, Tom Butcher and Dan Kearney, and Pat Maguire, who all started out as part-time staff, have got full-time roles and are doing really well. So we've proven that that's a sort of record of success, and it can be achieved again, and we're all just looking forward to what can be achieved with the next crop of staff that are coming in.
And what would you say your priorities are now that you've got the role permanently?
Well, the priorities for us is building a staffing and a staffing team that can be successful. The players that we've got in the building have proven that we've got talented players that we've got at the academy, but the staff transition that we've had in the last 12 to 18 months has been a challenge for us. So very much so it's a case of continuing to recruit talented staff and players that can bring value to this football club, and keeping those players at the football club for years to come and developing them to go on to be successful.
You mentioned earlier that you've worked quite closely with Neil Matthews, someone that everyone at the club holds in such high regard. What sort of things did you learn from him in that time?
Neil was an incredible man on and off the pitch, so he was a really talented academy manager and a leader, but he was also a great person to work with. So I learned an incredible deal from Neil. He was a top person, and he's missed by everybody at the academy. He was a real role model for myself and a mentor. So very much, for me in the role, it's a case of I often look back and think what would Neil do in this situation, and that's been really helpful for me. But I've also got Alan Nevison and Ryan Farrell have got decades of experience between them in the academy system, and we work as a team to find the best solution for the academy with the different experiences that we've got.
And maybe it's like looking at the culture at the academy with Neil Matthews in that time, and on the pitch and off the pitch. How important was that period for you, not only progressing to this role, but also to make sure the right kind of mentality was there in the academy?
So we've worked really hard over the last 5 years on our academy culture, and that's something that's really highly regarded, internally and externally. We have 3 values that we push at every opportunity, and we demand of the players and the staff. And my role is to protect that culture and drive it forward so that we can continue to have the success that we have. But there's no accident in that success. It's because we've worked incredibly hard to build an environment and a way of working that brings success.
So I guess it's just a case of carrying that on now you've got the job.
Yes, a constant evolution. So we really appreciate what we've got and the frameworks and ways of working and how we work. but we appreciate that, we can never stand still and just sort of rest on our laurels. We want to be successful, we want to move forward and achieve not just what we've achieved over the last 5 years and 10 years, we want to be more successful than that, and to do that we have to gradually evolve and change. Again, for me, in my role, it's driving forward that change and bringing in and supporting people that can add expertise in different areas.
You've mentioned before that you're a season ticket holder out there behind you. How much of an honour is it to get a role like this at the club that you've grown up supporting?
Yeah, so growing up as a fan, I sat in the Cop for many years, and I still come to as many games as I can, obviously with the fixture allowing with the under-18s, but I'm a huge fan of the club, and for my passion, I think that's one of my biggest strengths, is that I'm passionate about the club and want it to be successful, and if we can continue to add value to the club through the academy, that's a huge source of pride for me, and we all feel very passionate that we want this club to be successful, and if we can add to that through the players that we produce for the first team squad and through the revenue that we bring in as an academy, as a business, we'll continue to do that as much as we possibly can.
And having that understanding of what the club means, the impact it'll have on the local community, must be something that you can lean on when you're representing the club and making decisions yourself. Yeah,
so what Bobby Poynton's done in the last couple of years is remarkable. What he's done for local people to provide that inspiration is a huge achievement for Bobby and for the academy. We're all incredibly proud of him, and that is huge success for us. We want to produce players that can go and play in a Valley Parade and go and inspire the next generation of local players to want to come and play for Bradford. That's a huge motivating factor for us.